and I loved every hour of it. My friend who sang with her mother was a Christian, and a little band of men called the Coal Men's Testimony Band was having special meetings in her mission, and she would ask us night after night. So I said to my friend Agnes, we'll go to please your mummy, and if we go once, she won't ask us again. And they talked about being launched into eternity. What would happen? What would your thoughts be if you were launched into eternity without Christ? And I said to my friend, I'm going to get right with God tonight. Bill was never out of his Bible, like, wasn't very long home, we got engaged, and then we were married the next year. He got a job in the shipyard, which was good, and then on our first anniversary we had our first boy, Michael. Just a wee gem he's my oldest. Then, year and a half after that we had a little girl, and then 2 years after that we had another little boy. And then our last baby, he was born on Christmas Eve, and my husband died 3 weeks later. So I was left with 4 children to rear. I had just turned 27, husband had just turned 30, and the Lord took him home. But loving the Lord as I did, you know, it was a great comfort to talk to him. And if the kids had a bad day at school, well, a wife would come home and share it with her husband, you know, but I just talked to the Lord about all those things, and just loved him dearly, just loved the Lord. Little verses would come into my mind, as for God, his ways are perfect, and who am I to tell God what to do? You know, he's supreme, he's a loving God, he's not willing that any should perish. No, I loved him, still love him. So Ian decided to join the army. Now, much to my displeasure, because I knew nothing about army life. He was only a couple of days away, really, whenever this gentleman and lady came to the door, and I invited him in, and he told me he was the major from Ballymena, and Ian had had an accident, and the accident was that Ian had taken his own life. I think maybe that was the hardest thing to come into my life, you know. Somehow when I lost my husband, I had 4 children to rear, and I never shed tears, you know. I knew I had a big responsibility to rear them, but the loss of Ian was a really big thing in my life. But having the good family that I had, you know, they were just there when I needed them. Very quiet boy. And he just obviously didn't like army. But God used that in my life because he gave me a burden for boys in the forces. I thought, like, is there anybody there that them wee boys could talk to? Well, he said, you'll be going to the Falkland Islands. My geography wasn't very good, and I thought that must be some wee islands up in Scotland. But perish the thought, it's 18,000 miles away. But I was very willing to go. And again, I left all my children and my grandchildren breaking their wee hearts. But I was very happy to do what it was going to do, because I felt that's what the Lord opened doors for me. And I spent 2 years in the Falklands, loving those boys with the Saviour. Many's the night there was 5 or 6, sometimes 8 or 9 boys queued up, waiting for the lift to go to church. Now we had to go 40 mile into Port Stanley from where we were, 40 mile there and 40 mile back. We saw 10 boys saved and 1 girl in those times that I was there.
Standing with an army, standing with an army.
Jim Moore was very anxious to have me as a lady scripture reader with Sazra. So I still had my boys. I went in and out army camps for the next 24 years, talking to those boys, sharing the gospel, bring them home on Sunday for dinner. And if I brought you home for dinner, you had to come to church with me on Sunday nights. But not one of them ever refused. Yes, I had a very happy life, really, even though I had some tragedy. But through it all, you know, God's been faithful. And He's worth loving and He's worth serving. I couldn't have a better friend.